is with us now. Mila, how are you this morning?
I'm fine, Mark. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I'm greatly appreciative. But let me say, I was not out of my mind at all. I'll jump right in and say, and remind your listeners of the awesome job that you did at the Women's March convention in Detroit last fall. And you were one of the amazing speakers that really inspired my students and me. And I knew in that moment that I had to get you to our campus and to the center. And so this rally that we just had was the perfect opportunity.
Well, and I appreciate that, but I'm also thankful to have been there at this moment too, to be at the center with all this going on with the court and all this going on with women finally being heard, because I can only imagine what Mrs. King would have said and done had she still been with us. And I think she would have been proud of all the women that are standing up right now, Mila.
Absolutely, I agree. And as we carry on her rich legacy of activism and social justice, we too stand against any effort to um, we stand against sexism and misogyny and all of these things. And so, yes, I believe she would be a loud voice, just as she was actually with us when with Jeff Sessions many years ago. When,
That's
as you
right.
recall, Elizabeth Warren read her letter during that hearing.
She sure did. And I had shared on Sunday her famous quote, if the soul of the nation is to be saved, women must become its soul. Now more than ever, I think what Mrs. King said is relevant now. Women must become the soul of the nation.
Absolutely. And Mark, women are standing up, have been standing up, using our voices. But you also said something that rings true for me. And to me, it's synonymous with this fight against racism. Men must stand up too,
Yeah.
for women's rights and against rape and incest and all of these things that are abusive to our sisters and daughters. And so, yes, while we need to lift our voices, we need our brothers to lift their voices as well and talk to each other in some of those spaces where there are no women
Right.
to check each other when it comes to these issues.
Let our audience know what are some of the things the Coretta Scott King Center at Antioch College is doing, Mila.
Yes, thank you. So we are the hub and the heart of social justice activity on our campus. If anyone knows anything about the history of Antioch, we're known for our activists. It seems as though it's in the water. It's certainly in our DNA and in our culture. And so it's happening all across our campus, but the Coretta Scott King Center really is the hub and the heart of it. We facilitate programs and dialogue and action, support students in their actions to advance social justice. And, our goal is to really create change agents. We have a number of signature programs. We're really still, I would say, foundational, even though the college is it's a 165 plus year startup because we just reopened in 2011. But I'm just really getting my footing in creating partnerships such as with you to really build on the legacy that we have. And so we have an annual social justice symposium. We have an annual Coretta Scott King Legacy Luncheon, where our inaugural recipient was Eleanor Holmes Norton, who was also an alumna of Antioch. This year we honored Tamika Mallory. And so we're going to continue that tradition of honoring people who are fighting the fight for social justice in our country, both on a national level as well as honoring people here local in the Miami Valley region who are doing the work. I'm a level 3 trainer in Kenyan nonviolence,
Yeah.
conflict reconciliation, and so we offer classes and trainings for people who want to learn more about the Kenyan nonviolence conflict method. We take students on a civil rights trip combined with credit sometimes and, retracing the historical steps of King and others whether that be in Alabama or Atlanta or Mississippi. And so we are trying to connect our students who are very social justice oriented in a contemporary way. We're trying to remind them that it didn't start with their generation, and to remind them of some of the giants, named and unnamed, who really came before us to fight for our rights. And so connecting really social justice with civil rights. And then we have some other localized programs that we do. But again, we're the hub and the heart of social justice activity at Antioch College.
Again, I love the institution. I really love being there, and I hope to do more to partner with you, because I've been sharing with people already about my experience, and if other folk want to come there now, and I hope that we can get more of them there, get more folk there. So yeah, we've definitely got to do that at Antioch College at the Coretta Scott King Center. My producer Brittany is here. Brittany, if you were gone, you'd still be there, because Brittany just has gone back to school doing some graduate work. If she had come there with me, she'd still be there, Mila. I would have had to leave her there. The campus is beautiful. When Audrey picked me up from the airport, all she talked about, Mark, wait till you see this campus. This campus is beautiful. It's just glorious. And she was right. It reminds me a lot. I grew up on the campus of Fisk University.
Okay.
And the slogan at Fisk is where the magnolias bloom. And when you're here in the concrete jungle, Brittany, and we're on the subway in the city and in these caverns of skyscrapers, to be in a green space where there are trees and flowers and shade and sun. And the day Sunday was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
It was a beautiful, beautiful day. So Sean King was a keynote speaker there, folks, and a lot of other great speakers. Jay Gillard, who was one of the students in the Santa Fe school shooting, who survived. Jamel Lyon, who survived the Parkland shooting. It was really, really a great day. And so I just wanted to bring you on and acknowledge you and thank you, Mila, for having me there. And I look forward to doing a lot of great work with you and all the great people you have there.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it. We look forward to future opportunities. We're hoping to really create a lecture series around social justice issues, that we can bring some prominent folks in. And listen, we're all about the millennials and the current people who are fighting, but we also need to get some of our elders, our soldiers, who, while they are still able to travel and be with us. So we're hoping to connect again this region with those folks. And so Sunday, while we were, somewhat celebrating the freedom to vote, we were also pushing some issues that we stand for, values that we stand for. And, it's beyond celebration time, really. It's time to get to work. We have to get more people registered in the next couple of weeks. And Mark, we need major change. I'm speaking as Mila right now. We need major change in this country, because the last 2 years have been absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, they have. There's no question about it. Mila Cooper, Coretta Scott King Center. Does the center have a website, Mila?
Yes, we sure do. It's you can go to www.antiochcollege.edu and then /CSKC.
CSKC for the Coretta Scott King Center.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, give money too. Make a donation to the Coretta Scott King Center. They need all the support that you can give. And again, Mila, thank you so much. Okay.
All right.
And let's talk soon. We're gonna get some more people out there too, and I want to come back.
Oh, you'll be back, Mark. Thank you.
All right. Take care now. Love you. Enjoy your day.
All right. You as well.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 86699 says we got time to get a couple of other calls in. We're going to try to do this quickly, folks, if we could. Linda's in Massachusetts. Linda, God bless you. Good morning. Get woke and vote. Get ready for impeachment. Withdraw Kavanaugh. Go right ahead, Linda. Real quick for me.
Yes. Good morning, Mark. Just in way of background real quick, I was a prosecutor of child sexual assault and adult sexual assault and domestic violence for 15 years. Now, all that I have to say is, what does his pronouncement on the radio last night, Kavanaugh, that he was a virgin until he was married, have to do with the allegations of sexual assault against him?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The public needs to be very well aware of that. What he's trying to suggest is that he is of higher moral character and that he didn't do it. Sexual assault first of all, is not an act of sex. It's an act of violence and power. But secondly, nobody said he penetrated them. So that has nothing at all to do with his virginity. My second thing, real quick, is the woman that you spoke to, and you and Brittany have done a phenomenal job allowing women and men to have their voice. But her trauma is no less than any other woman's trauma just because she wasn't raped or penetrated. She suffered the same violation of her bodily integrity than any man or woman would. Yeah. So I don't want to hear her minimizing her pain, her distress, and her trauma.
Yeah. Well said.
Thank you,
Thank
Mark.
you, Linda. Bless you. Enjoy your day. All right, folks, let's see here. We're going to get ready to go off the radio, but I'm going to get these last few calls in because we're still streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Make it plain on our social media. So if you want to hear these last 3 calls, stay with us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Make it plain. Also on Instagram, Minister with 2 T's. We're going to get these last 3 calls in, and we'll do it again on tomorrow, folks. So thank you for joining us. For those of you on the radio, it has been made plain. All right. So we've got Thomas, Tom, and Manny. Don't forget Stephanie Miller, Zelina Maxwell, Michelangelo Signorelli, Dino Badala, all coming up next on Sirius 6 in Progress. All right. Thomas, go right ahead, man. God bless you. Good morning. Get woke and vote. Withdraw Kavanaugh, get ready for impeachment. Go right ahead. Thomas, you there? Did we lose Thomas? Okay. That makes it easy. Tom's in Illinois. Tom, God bless you. Go right ahead.
Hi, Mac. A big fan of your show. First-time caller.
Welcome.
I just want to say that that Kavanaugh and his wife, it's just embarrassing that they defend their innocence on Fox Network, a network that is well known for spreading lies and conspiracy theory. So it is a perfect match for them to go on air, defend their innocence on a network that is known to be a branch of propaganda for Trump.
Yeah, that's right.
And the other thing that I want to say is that after he failed the nominations, folks still should demand that he's being impeached or pushed out of the district courts because he is not fit to be a judge. This guy is, if he's next door to me, I move out because he is a drunk rapist. That's who he is.
Yeah, it needs to be on the sex offender registry. You're right. Tom, you a first-time caller?
Yes, I am, and I'm a big fan.
You know what that means?
Yes, I do. I listen to you all the time.
You, like all of our first-time callers, in the words of Barry White, are our first, our last, and our everything. Don't be strangers, Tom, and don't make your first call your last. Okay, take care. You too, brother. Call me anytime. All right.
Yes, I will.
All right, man, and God bless you. You got the last word. Go right ahead.
Hey, so I just did the 50,000-foot view here. Why is it that every time we hear something about these Republican candidates or Republican office holders, it's almost invariably about how they either can't keep their dick in their pants or they can't keep their hands off of women or, they can't keep from harassing women. And it just leads me to the conclusion that these guys are all there to protect one another because they're in a club of, and R stands for, the little chiron, the R, rapists, racists, and radicals. That's what they are. And they're in the club of R. And that's all they care about. And this is, people have to wake up and realize that this is the iteration of 40 years of these sort of policies that demean and degrade and assault women. And that's what it is. I mean, there's no other conclusion you can draw from their behavior.
Yeah. All right. Well put. Well put. Enjoy your day, man. All right, folks. We're going to get ready out here. We'll do it again tomorrow if all minds are clear. It has been